Samsung DeX has changed a lot this year especially, and with One UI 8.5, they're changing even more. Let's compare Samsung DeX from One UI 8.5 to One UI 8, which I've got here on the screen, and show you the differences. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. In front of me, I've got Samsung DeX from One UI 8. Now, on the surface, I'm going to tell you right now, there's not a host of differences that you're going to notice. I'm just going to show you what's lacking in One UI 8 and where One UI 8.5 has kind of made up the difference. Now, with One UI 8, you can see it's basically Samsung DeX One UI 8 version. It's quite new. You've got the app drawer down the bottom here. You've got the search icon also down the bottom, and all the apps and taskbar, I guess you could call it, kind of central. That's kind of what Samsung's stick was, is they've made everything centralized. They've also got a grid for the home page too. So if you want to move things around on the home screen, you can only do it within a grid. Now, there was one thing that I was hoping to see from One UI 8 because I saw it in an early build, and also it came with the tablets, and that was multiple desktops. So if I go down to the bottom here and bring this up, you have desktop. It tells you there's desktop. And what I saw earlier on was an actual plus icon right here, which actually gave me hope that they were implementing multiple desktops for One UI 8. It was a false dawn. It didn't happen. It did happen on the tablets, but not here on the phone. So One UI 8 kind of just almost teased it a little bit that was happening. Also as well, One UI 8 got rid of the keyboard shortcut. So if I bring my keyboard in here, and let's just say I bring an app up, if you hit the Windows key and press an arrow, it now just goes back. It doesn't actually do what it's supposed to do, which is snap windows left and right. So that's another thing that kind of annoyed me about One UI 8's version of DeX. They got rid of that. So One UI 8's DeX is fairly comprehensive. It's just missing a couple of things. And the big one for me was that desktop change. It's a bit annoying that it wasn't there with One UI 8's version of DeX. Also, what really annoyed me was the DeX screen for One UI 8, where it was just really plain and boring and vanilla. I don't understand why they removed all the nice visuals from it to sort of show you what DeX and how it works, but it went away. So let's show you now what One UI 8.5 DeX looks like on the S25 Ultra. So I'm going to undock the Galaxy Z Fold 7, and I'm going to dock in S25 Ultra with One UI 8.5, and we'll be able to see the differences. So give that a moment to tick over. Okay, here we have 8.5 DeX. Now, immediately you notice that there's widgets. There is widgets on One UI 8 as well. I just haven't set any of them up on my Fold 7, although I have done on my S25 Ultra. So it looks the same on the surface. Apps, grid lines, they're all kind of the same thing. Nothing's really changed there. There is a small notice that's different. In the bottom corner here, you'll see a switch to mirroring button, which means that you can actually hit that and it will switch it to mirroring instead of DeX. And then you have to go back into the quick panel to get DeX back activated should you want to. So that's just a small change. They've added in a shortcut to switch to mirroring in the bottom. And you've also got a lock button that will actually just lock DeX, and then you just have to go unlock it should you want to, because, well, you need to. I thought screen recording was new with One UI 8.5, but turns out it was there in One UI 8 as well. The only difference now is that you can actually choose partial screen to start recording. So you can drag and just record a portion of the screen should you want to, as opposed to needing to record the whole screen. But that's not the change you're interested in. The big change that you're interested in is multiple desktops. And that's what they've brought. So now with DeX on One UI 8.5, you get to press this button here and bring in another desktop. And the way the multiple desktop works is that you can add up to 4. I should make that clear. You can add up to 4 desktops, and you can have different apps open in each one. So I can have my files open in one, go to another one, and maybe open up the gallery, go to another one, and maybe I want to open up YouTube. So there's just an multitude of different things you can have open in different environments to sort of create different workflows. So if you wanted to work in one and then have entertainment in another, you can set that up. It's basically mirroring what desktop computers and the Windows platform, and even I think Mac OS now, have all been able to do for a long time, where you can actually have that multiple desktop environment set up, and then you can sort of switch between the ones you need at a whim. What I also really like too is like the animations. Let's say I've got multiple sort of windows open here. I'll bring that in, and then I'll also open up just the phone dialer, just for fun. Right. And then I go and open this up here, and it sort of has this nice animation to zoom them into place. Then when I go back to it, it sort of puts them all back where they were. It's a bit of fun. It's nothing too serious. It's just how it is. What I also noticed too is depending on the app, if you had something open in a previous desktop and you opened it in another one, it closes it in the previous desktop and then opens it in the one that you opened it on. Except not every app does that. Some apps allow you to have multiple versions of the app open in different desktops. Like Samsung Notes, for example, I can open up one in this desktop, then go to the multi-window recents menu and go to another one and open up Samsung Notes in here. And let's say I go and open up this note here and then go back here. I can have a different note open over here, and you can see they're now open in both. Doesn't have to close one to have the other one open. I can have different notes open in different desktop environments, which means I can work across different ones without them sort of getting in the way of each other. Neat. And then the last sort of change that Samsung made to DeX, I'll go into the settings to show you the toggle. So go to connected devices, Samsung DeX here. There's now a toggle here that says Command plus arrows to move windows. Now, it used to just do that by default. I don't know why they removed it, and now they've just added it back via a toggle. So now I can hit the Windows key on my keyboard and go left, and it'll snap it to the left. And I can hit the Windows key and snap right, and it'll snap it to the right. You could do it another way. Samsung added in right up the top of each app here a snap to left and snap to right. So I could snap it to left from there. I need the mouse for that to work. But now it's just a lot easier because I hit the Windows key and snap it and it works. So that is DeX on One UI 8.5. Samsung have changed a little bit about how it operates. And I like that Samsung are thinking a bit more about how DeX is going to work. It's much better than not thinking about DeX because it's the best bit of software Samsung make from a productivity standpoint. So I'm glad they're focusing on it. Hit subscribe to SamMobile TV if you want to have more comparisons like this. Got some already live. One UI 8.5 is not slowing down. So this is the place you want to be to find all that out. Go check out our website as well. Go find us on all our socials, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.